Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. We're going to talk about what the crypto strategy should be right now for those that are just starting out in crypto. And there's a reason for this, and a lot of that has to do with the Ripple lawsuit and what we're actually looking at in terms of the economy right now. So right now, to start out, if I were to start out, just start out completely blank, what I would do is have about 50% Bitcoin, maybe 20% Litecoin, and the rest some assortment of altcoins, maybe Chainlink, maybe Near, maybe Cosmos, maybe VeChain, maybe Cardano, one of those. And I would have a good amount of cash in reserve. Now, the reason that I'm saying this is because right now we don't know how the Ripple lawsuit will actually work out and whether altcoins will essentially be banished from the United States. Because you can bet if they're all rated as securities, many of them will actually be delisted because exchanges just don't have the securities license, and many of those projects will not register as a security in the United States. Like I said, the Ripple lawsuit, I would say it's about 50-50 whether Ripple wins or whether the SEC wins, and those aren't favorable odds for your investing. Bitcoin has already been determined to be a commodity, so that's not really going to be affected by the lawsuit. And in fact, if the SEC wins the lawsuit, there might be an exodus of altcoins money into Bitcoin, although I don't think that's going to be a huge amount. Litecoin, I'm saying you can hold 20% onto because I don't think the SEC is really going to go after Litecoin, and being proof of work without really a pre-mine, that might be declared a commodity as well. The SEC tends to go after coins that it can actually get a lot of money out of. The Litecoin Foundation is more or less broke, and there's really no one in it. They don't even have enough money to pay one developer. There isn't really, I don't think, a central guy that you can go after for Litecoin. You could go after Charlie Lee, but no one's really cared about Charlie Lee for a long time. So the whole LTC thing, I think they're fairly safe from the feds, mainly because of that reason, because the foundation's more or less irrelevant and they don't have much money for the SEC to go after. Same with Dogecoin, but Dogecoin does not have a halving coming up. And last time the Litecoin halving happened, Litecoin went up several $100s. And I can see Litecoin going up to $200-$300, maybe $400 or more before the halving in August. And I would expect Litecoin to pump up right around the time of the halving, or about maybe a month or two before the halving, before it actually stops pumping. So that's why I think Litecoin being part of your portfolio is fine. I would dump it around May or June and then maybe reinvest into Bitcoin, or at that time you'll know how the lawsuit's coming out, so maybe reinvest into some alts. Now, why I would have a lot of cash in reserve to buy crypto is because as soon as you get some kind of hearing how that lawsuit's going to turn out, or that morning when you see Ripple victory or something, you can actually get that money out of reserve and start buying some altcoins. Yes, they'll already be pumping at that point, but you can get in early before they pump too much because they will actually go up if Ripple wins that lawsuit. But I don't think most altcoins are going to be a huge surge on the way up, right? It's going to be over the next few weeks, just like right now, altcoins are bleeding ratio into Bitcoin. They're going to gain ratio on Bitcoin if Ripple wins that lawsuit. On the other hand, if Ripple loses that lawsuit, you're only holding 30% altcoins in your portfolio, and you won't be losing too much because I think that Bitcoin-Litecoin combination will hold pretty solid despite what the Ripple lawsuit does. So that's why I think that's a pretty good plan. We're 50% in Bitcoin, 20% in Litecoin right now, mainly because of the halving, and then 30% in other coins with a good chunk of cash out in reserve in the case that Ripple wins that lawsuit. Pretty safe, pretty solid, and not too risky, especially for those of you that are only beginning in crypto. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.